Transmitting live from the capital, this is Unique 95.7.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You good?
I'm great.
Yeah, adjust the mic real well, and yeah. That's what it is. Mic test 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
Yes, of course. How you doing, Mr.
Great.
Oil?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This is the first time we're meeting. This is the first time we meet. Yeah, we used to do it on social media.
That's right.
Yeah, but now we face to face.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how we do it. All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
This is our humble abode, and
It's a beautiful place.
yeah, so that's what it is. Okay.
Mm.
We just heard your song Overflow, but before that, I believe you were new to the listeners of Unique FM. I don't know, but just for a brief introduction of yourself. When we say STEVEIN Oil, who is STEVEIN Oil?
Well, basically, I'm a minister of the gospel through music.
Mm-hmm.
That is basically the nutshell of everything. I'm a songwriter, worship and praise leader, and that's basically what I do.
So, what church? What church do you attend?
EWC.
EWC.
Empowerment Worship Center.
Empowerment. Oh, Chimota.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Nice one. And so right now we know you are a gospel artist, a musician, and all that. Let's take it this way. How did it all start? As a kid growing up with all that, were you a lover of music in the first place, or just take us through to right from childhood?
I've always been in love of music. As they always say, I grew up around music. It's not like there were musicians in my house per se, but I used to be left home a lot because there was so many years between me and then the one I come after. There's like a 7-year gap. I don't know what my parents were waiting for. So that left me home a lot. So I had a lot of alone time. So that left me to find a way of entertaining myself. That got me singing a lot. Got me very involved in music. So from a very young age, I've been very interested in music. And
Right.
That's how I started, and brought the interest up, and then
Right. And so, where did you really take music, seriously and into it as a profession and all that?
I started writing music in junior high school. Actually, that's when I started writing. So
Junior high.
Yeah. That's
which school?
Let me see. I think it was primary school actually, but at the brink of completion of primary school, that's when I first started. Right. Christ Mission, Kwashima.
Okay.
That's where I went to.
Yeah. So Christ Mission, man.
Yeah.
Christ Mission. Big shouts to Christ Mission. Yeah.
So that's where I was in a couple of group where I
okay.
It didn't even start at gospel actually. I was writing R&B challenge.
Hey.
I went to win the Kelly or So it was in secondary school that God turned the whole thing around, and I decided to go full-time gospel because that's where God won me over, so to speak. And so that's when the whole gospel thing started. I've not turned back from there.
So in becoming like the R. Kelly of Ghana and other things and all that, then all of a sudden it just changed.
It wasn't so sudden. It was quite gradual. For me, secondary school was a miracle, really, because the school father I had was the president of LI. That's the campus wing of Lighthouse. And so honestly, my intention was to go to secondary school and study and pursue music. By the way, I wasn't taking gospel. I was going to do my stuff and have fun and just play around and stuff like that. But God had other plans, I landed in the hands of a man under whose leader I couldn't feel at all. And God bless him wherever his justice. He's in the States now as a pastor there. He's been a great father to me. It was through him that God related me around. And I mean, the first time I sang in Apami was at an LI meeting, and then the school prefect happened to be in LI. He was like, "Dude, you're good. Come and sing at the General Church Assembly." And so after that, I mean, what do you do again? Everybody knows you like as a gospel singer now. So God really
Wow.
paralyzed me in a way, and
Wow.
there was no way to do.
And then so I don't think this is your first ever, gospel recording.
I mean, this one is
Overflow.
Overflow is my second release. My first recording never came out. Maybe first two they never came out.
Wow. Tell us about that.
I started writing music a very long time ago, so we've been in this thing for a very long time.
Right.
So I mean, I've been writing for a very long time. The first ever record I did was the title was Nyamani and I was recorded by Nana Finn. Never came out. It was a wonderful piece, though. I was a wonderful piece. It was a wonderful piece.
You haven't thought of, redefining it and bringing it out?
I just take it through and laugh at it. Maybe one day I will.
Wow.
It was a serious R&B piece. Beautiful R&B.
They say the one you feel
to make kind of thing.
the one they say things like the one you feel funny about is the one that really makes you. Pops you up.
Really.
So I don't know. Maybe,
really
yeah. All right. So Overflow came through, and how was Overflow like? How did you get the whole message?
Before Overflow, there was a share. Before Overflow. A share was basically a redo of the old Nigerian song. I just want to say bye bye. And then Overflow now for it came. Overflow it came as a twin to another song. So but Overflow obviously was the bigger one, and the reception was great. People loved it. That's when my fellow countrymen hear it, they say it's not that song, but people loved it. People loved it very, very much, and I think they were impressed with the quality of the writing and the production too. Shout outs to Osei of Groove House Studios.
Okay,
he did amazing work, and so Overflow did quite well.
You were saying something. You were saying something about Ghana. Ghana countryman thing. I mean, how do you see?
I kept getting this. Comments about the song not being Ghanaian and things like that. I didn't take it in bad taste at all. I thought people liked it so much. They thought it was so good. It was foreign. Unfortunately, we think everything good is foreign. That's unfortunate, but then that's what people thought about it.
I don't know. Why do people say it's not Ghanaian? What's in the song that makes Ghanaians say it's not Ghanaian?
Ooh, I could speculate and say maybe the rhythm, but there's a rhythm that Ghanaians have used for a long time. It's just a little switch from my budget, not too far from my budget.
Yeah, it is. I mean, really.
Well, I don't know, maybe the diction or something, but that's what people were saying.
Talking about this, we're still on this very matter, as in the reception of, Ghanaians in connection with Ghanaian artists, the music of Ghanaian artists. What's your take on this? I mean,
I just came from a trip. And I was with this Nigerian guy, and we were discussing this whole music thing, and it was like the only problem with Ghanaians is that we don't accept and push our own. That's the only problem he sees. I mean, Nigerians are aggressive about their own.
Right.
Probably it's because there's so much competition between the states. Everybody wants to show that this guy's from our state and he's good.
Right.
I
mean, we also have states. I mean, we also have states, and we call it regions.
In a sense.
Yeah, we call it regions.
Nigerians are quite aggressive about their own. They want to push their own. They want to big up their own. But I don't know why we got it wrong, really. I don't know why we hail things that are on Ghanaian so much.
Wow. All right. And so it's been years and years you've been doing this. Yeah. Have you got any album out? You are now preparing.
We're still working on the album. It's in the pipeline for a very long time. It's long overdue, but very soon it's going to be ready. And I mean, when the first one comes out, the others will just follow like rushing waters. There's so many things we want to do. There's so many songs. There's so much in the pipeline. It's going to come rushing out. So.
Right. So let's get on to the new one. There's a new one. Nobody did. I mean, what inspired this song?
A trial, really. I always say it wasn't a time I was expecting to write a song like this. But instead of being moody, instead of complaining, there's a song that's was bubbling up in my spirits, and I just came out with about 1,000 once. took my guitar with my towel around my waist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Most of my songs come from the back house. So I took my guitar, started strumming and recording, and it was a beautiful song. So I would usually do the first verse and the chorus, give it some time, and then write the second verse and then the bridge.
Wow.
So,
I know. Doing this, it hasn't been easy. You know, can you share some of that? You know, moments, those challenges in this. You know, in the ministry you've taken upon yourself to do.
Well, I think the greatest challenge in music ministry really is the fact that two things. First one, the lack of support and loneliness that you feel. And then secondly, the fact that the funding is not really available. And you're doing it yourself. Those are the two greatest things.
Right.
If it were true that people didn't have the funds and they weren't able to give it to you, I mean, you would understand that. But even if you don't have the funds, encourage people, urge people on, don't bring people down. And so that's what, when you don't get those two, you become very discouraged. And the only strength you have is God. The strength, the job is your only strength. I mean, I always tell people that never say anyone who's singing gospel singing for money, because if you really want the money, gospel in Ghana is the last thing that you would do. It's the last thing that you would attempt. It's the last thing that you would attempt. And so if you don't have the heart, if you don't have the calling, you can never do it. And so really, funding is a huge issue. Right. It's a huge issue. So we need churches, we need individuals.
On that. You've gone for shows, events, and other things. How is the whole welcoming packaging? You know, how is it? I've heard people saying that when they go and when they are called to minister, to minister, and then after the whole show, they bless them with a thank you and all that. I mean, your side, how is it like? Do you also get the thank yous and not even some full money or something?
I always say that people can't give you what they don't have. So, I mean, what's the main purpose of this is to bless people? That's being said. We know that God could also use this as a channel to bless us. But people cannot give us what they don't have. That we know. But when you have it, when you can afford it to bless the fellow, do well to bless the fellow. You don't take advantage of people. We understand it when they can do it, and that is fine. I mean, we knew what we were getting into. We know what it was. But when you can, you have to bless them, not just for the night, but for the sake of the ministry, for the sake of the songs they are planning, for the sake of the other projects. How do you expect them to keep funding themselves and keep coming to bless you? I mean, it's not fair when you know what it costs to do something, and then you have the means to support and you don't, and you intentionally say stealing away from young souls who are doing their best to bless God. So I mean nobody's forced anybody, but if you really do have it, I mean it's nice to bless and at least help the gentleman or the lady to get back as he came. Simple as that.
Nice one. Now we're just on the verge of wrapping up this one, because on this show we just do it like that. We hit it right on the spot, and then that's where it is. Before we get on to listen to Nobody Day, because I think people want to listen to Nobody Day, like Nobody Day. What is this guy trying to say, Nobody Day? Before that, your words of encouragement, I mean, for the one listening in the northern region, in the eastern region, I mean, in all these regions right here in our beautiful nation, what will you have, or do you have for that listener right there that will motivate him or her to go for gold?
First of all, I want to say that you are in God's plan, and God loved you and had you in mind before you got here. And the only way for you to fulfill the plan is to walk with God. I was telling a couple of friends of mine at a retreat that we have to learn to walk with God. That's the only way we can be as God wants us to be. I spoke about Abraham, who came to Canaan, and before Abraham, Terah was Abraham's father, and Abraham's father actually was the one who started the journey to Canaan. He never got there. He got to a place called Kedra, some other place, and he stopped there, and he took comfort in his transit, and he stopped. That's what we should know. Let's not stop midway. Let's go the full mile, walk with God all the way. Let's take risks for God. And the fact that God has told you to do something that does not mean it will be easy. In fact, the fact that God has told you that's going to be something is the more reason why it's going to be difficult.
Right.
But don't stop. Keep pushing it. Don't give up. Live for your purpose. Plan well and just love God. That's what I want to say.
Wow. Don't give up. Give purpose. Plan well. Live on. That's what it is. And that is what is coming from the man we have here tonight, STEVEIN Oil. Where can we get connected with STEVEIN Oil? If we want STEVEIN for a program, if fans wants to, connect with STEVEIN, how can we get
STEVEINOil@gmail.com.
Number one.
The number one.
Number
STEVEIN
one.
Oil is spelled STEVEIN
Right.
OIL.
Right.
Steve in oil, like a sentence like that.
Right.
So one
Steve in oil.
That's right.
So all
one
right.
STEVEINOil@gmail.com. If you want to connect with social media, it's STEVEIN Oil on across social media. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let's connect in there.
All
Chat me,
right.
I'll respond, eh?
Yeah. From now, you just go on and you see a lot of charts. If it is 50 charts now, it will be 200. Yeah, waiting for you right there. Okay, so this is the brand new one. I heard you have a whole website for this one.
Yo, nobodyday.com. Go there.
Nobodyday.com.
Yeah.
Hey, levels.
See you.
All right, thank you so much for being here. And we bless your hustle, and we bless everything that you were doing. And I mean, a year by this time, we will be here again to celebrate a very big name right here in Ghana, Africa, and the world. This is Nobody Day from the camp of STEVEIN Oil. All right. 5.7.
The Gospel Family Jam.